Namaste everyone. We all are aware that the Kerala budget for the year 2023 and 2024 has been launched last day. There is a lot of protests are going around the state. So today I am with Thambi Nagarjuna and now we will ask about his personal opinion about the new Kerala budget. Namaste, sir.
Yeah.
So, what is your opinion about K.N. Balagopalan's Kerala budget 2023-24? Since there's a lot of protests are going on around in state.
First of all, you corrected. It is not his budget. This is our government budget. Who is he?
Yes,
He is only paid employee. So what is happening? Instead of going to the core of the law, people are taking as personified. Sridharam's budget, Balagopal budget. It is not. This is finance ministry budget. What is the budget means? Budget is an expectation of allocation of income and expenditure for the next coming year. Which financial year we had, as per the British, it was from April 1st to March 31st. Okay. Previously it was different. Okay, whatever it may be. A financial calendar they are telling. So they are making an allocation. These are all the things which our expenditures and these are all the revenues we are expecting. Am I right?
Yes.
So the everything now what is happening? Pinarayi Vijayan's government, Balagopal budget, Modi government. No, this is all public's money as per the Indian constitution. That is what I am telling again and again. The public should take and aware of what their rights and power are entrusted with them. Any judiciary, including judiciary and legislation and bureaucrats are our paid employees to secure and safeguard and protect us. And now the biggest foolery of all these budgets are made in the time of British people. So why they made the budgetary provisions are to balance what are the expenditures and what are the income they can remit. So at that time, the income they were making of excusing the public as tax. So in a beautiful country like India, why all the governments are repeating the same procedure from the last 74 years? Because we have got enough resources here. Instead of fooling us by the fake currency telling Adani lost, they 20% lost. What is this all? What kind of nonsense and manipulation all these economists are telling about it? Because when we got the independence, our Indian rupee valued $44 for 1 rupee. So they simply manipulated and telling now 78 or 80 rupees, 80 rupees is needed for $1. How it can be? So these people, the present politicians, bureaucrats and judiciary are against the public. They are our enemies and don't fit. How you can appreciate this? What they have done? They have done budgetary provision to increase the bureaucrat salary. The pyramid, they made it like this one. The top layer, they are all happy. The politicians, bureaucrats, judiciary, everything happy. And for the taxpayer, it is an arrow, pencil, a needle point to feed us. Is it a budget? I can't call it as a budget. It is excusing exploitation gimmicks made by the servants of us. And we should have to make them correct it. And they are telling, and another foolery, every year, in the month of March, they are telling, we should have spent this money urgently. So who is going to benefit? So from when the budget is allocated on April, are they not aware this should be spent on the correct proportion? Instead of that, on February and March, they are telling this fund, if you are not spending, it will be lost. What gimmicks it is? So people should be aware of all this nonsense they are doing against the public.
So are you trying to say that the Chief Minister is looting from people?
Forget about chief minister, all politicians. I don't want to point out a single person. Last 74 years, the people were ultimately paying tax. For what? Their duty is not, they have got even for debts, as per Article 21, a decent debt itself is permitted and decent livelihood is permitted. So why should we pay tax? We should not pay tax. The revenue should be generated from the resources what he is having here. Instead of that, they are looking unnecessary developments they are making and telling this is development. How many percentage of the people need highway from Kashmir to Kanyakumari? How many people? Out of 148 crore people, how many are commuters? Can you tell? My dear, it is below 20%. So the 80% real hardcore people are suffering and they are again becoming Bengal famine like. You know what is Bengal famine?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Okay, and after the Second World War, British has got no money. So we have got enough farming, resources, rice, everything, food is here. So they made a railway telling it is a development and all the grains were looted and exported to their country and our 3.5 crores people in fact starved and died. This and then they, in their parliament after laughing that idiot bloody Indians are dying. Famine it is called. There also it was not stopped. Again what they made, still we survived due to our ecological and environment condition. Balanced people survived because sodium was the livelihood. So, solar and sodium were the two food which is needed for our livelihood. Then what they have done, they added levy on salt to reduce our consumption. And now what is happening, the youth not understanding the history, they know only the history and youth are telling, oh we like to go to London, we like to go to States, what there is corruption in India. Who is responsible for this? The looters looted already and they made the paradise there and still they don't want the Indian people to stand alone and think. So I am advising to the youth, no need of going to London for paradise. Here itself is the paradise. You recreate it using your brain. Stop the nonsense education system, which is if the education is proper, why should they go to another state, migrate to another place for working? So the education should be planned, that need a budget. How many engineers we need? How many doctors we need? Accordingly, we should have to make a good education system. Here a Gunda is the education minister. So what a tragedy it is. Who is showing like this in the assembly and showing opposition another man and now he is in their political party. So what ethics these people are having? What right these people to rule us? So the public should take it into their minds and think properly. Can you explain the budgetary provision, how they made it for? How it is? You know, recently the people are, regarding the forest itself, how many people died here due to the attack of the animals? Who is
But sir, I think almost 50 crores are implemented for the wild attack of animal. So on what basis are you talking like this?
My dear, this 50, why they want to loot the 50 crore? This 50 crore will be divided between the bureaucrats and the contractors. None of the, even the animals or the farmers are not going to benefit out of it. It's a kind of gimmicks. As I told earlier in our on Malayalam discussion, I told, if you want to keep the animals away from the people's dwelling, they should have to stop making the mono plantation like heavy tea plantation, heavy rubber plantation, heavy cashew plantation, etc. They should make the natural forest because when there is no, how the teak plantation leaf the elephant can eat? So why they are coming? Anybody, ultimately what is needed for everybody for survival? What is needed? Food. So when the basic need you can't provide even to the nature or to the animals, what is the use of you making highways, importing all the cars, importing the petrol, and every day people are crying, petrol price is increasing. No. What is development? Civilization means people, none, a single person should not starve and die. Then only we can tell we are civilized people.
Sir, I think government has implemented almost 9,000 crore for allopathy and also 3,000.
90,000 I heard. That means they are again promoting allopathic medicines, a killer medicine. You know, our population in Kerala, we are around 3.5 crore I think. So on an average, our population is 2.5%. 2.5% people are eating around 30% allopathic medicines every day. They are eating it more than the food.
And also 3,000 crores for Ayush also. I forgot to mention.
So Ayush it is only 3. Where the money is needed, they are excusing it, and the money was pumping for killing the people. Now even the WHO is propagating food is medicine. I am telling, don't trust even the WHO, because this annam എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പ്രാണനാണെന്ന്. It is a word in the Ayurveda. Prana means our livelihood. So our life is with the medicine, not with the medicine, but food. This was propagated in our Ayurveda text 10,000 years back. And now the crooked WHO is coming with a slogan, food is medicine. So there also we should take warning, because the intention of WHO is not to support the public. After the entry of the WHO only, the health hazardous has become so worst. So you look to the statistics which they themselves is giving. In 1980, in Russian declaration, WHO told by 2000 everybody will be healthy. Is it true? Is it happened here?
No.
Then still we are believing and interested in telling WHO is something. What is WHO? WHO next agenda is, if we sign this agreement with them, then they will make medical emergency, and use what is happening in Corona. In Corona, what happened? The normal working people become more and more what is called poor, and these kinds of looters become billionaires. So Corona, they fabricated for making the people more poorer and for a fascist agenda. Because the beauty of India is, we, as Mahatma Gandhi well said, we should have to go back to the villages.
Yes.
Our life is in the village, because 80% of the people not even traveling for more than 200 miles maximum in a year. Farmer, where is he going? He is going only to this paddy field. Maybe maximum once in a month or once in a year for a marriage or for his children's education or something, he may travel 100 kilometers. Okay, so now you understand, 80% of the people don't need these kinds of fabricated developments. All these developments killing India from the last 975 years. Still, she is a young, beautiful youth, our India. So preserve it. My advice to the future generation, you need not to migrate to any other country. You just utilize our resources properly. Okay, understand?
Yeah.
So they are telling in America, we are all happy. Not happy. This is all mesmerizing, foolish idiocy. You know what is slum? Slum.
Yeah.
People are telling India is having so many slum. You know who made the slum? What is the outcome? What is the outcome of slum? You know, Dada in Bombay there is in Mumbai there is Dharavi. Dharavi is the outcome of the airport there. When they made the airport, they need cheap labor. So the cheap laborers were brought, migrated by telling from Madras and all, oh, there is no job in your place, come. So for looking for this fake money, the poor people went there. So after making, because the man has got a tendency of a life, comfort life. So he automatically he brought his own people or he married from there and the generation grown there. So 25 to 30 years means you are rooted there. Even though, even Gulf, you see, the visa is only for 2 years. But including me, I was in Gulf for 25 years. Even which I was not, I was thinking, 25 years. So in such a country, in a migrant country, if it is, that is the system. So here, if you are going to other states, automatically we will have a marriage there, our children will be there. So we will make to live inside the shoe, because shoe was already made. This is my budget, my children. Then my dream is to make my son IAS, my son engineer. For what? The best way is, see, there also what happened, only creamy layer people, sons becoming, following their fathers, parents' profession, like lawyers, sons become lawyer. The film actors' sons become film actors. Doctors become. So actually, are they making any production to the world? They are all, including the lawyers, other than the engineering, nothing is a noble profession. They are all public exploiters. I am not just elaborating. See, what is the use of a lawyer? Who is benefited from the lawyer? Any common man is benefited? Even the judiciary, more than 300 years old cases are still pending. So how we can tell there is justice here? For justice, no need of lower court, high court, supreme court and all. What we need is just on every panchayat level, there is a ultimate final judgment. A court is needed. So the cases can be disposed. So democracy means we should go back to the panchayat level. And Panchayat Ram Raj should have to come back, as Gandhi well dreamed. That is why they killed him. Now still the what is called, the argument is going, they killed. Who killed? Whatever it may be, he was killed, assassinated. Like that, now what is happening? Communist Party making a budgetary provision. So Congress is criticizing, if we were there, we might have made it paradise. So we are thinking, next time I should vote for Congress because they make it paradise. The poor public who are bothered of their livelihood daily. See, if 2 rupees is increase in petrol, they are thinking average scooter man who is taking 1 or 2 liter, 60 rupees they should have make an additional provision to make. Their salary is not increasing. So what they are, including everybody bosses tell, a private company proprietor will tell, see, all the expenditure increased, so I will not pay more, I will reduce your salary. Am I right? This is the attitude. This way only they can see it. No private promoters will tell, all the petrol price is increased, so I will increase the salary of the staff. Whether anybody can tell? No. So who is accused here? So exploitation ultimately coming to the common man. In our Malayalam there is a proverb, Sai Padu Nalum Koyada Valayatun, because chicken meat is tasty. So who are our guests? Who is losing his head? Chicken is losing head. So here who is the chicken?
Common people.
Common people. So common people exploitation, they should stop. Already 75. 3 generations over. Let them use our resources. As every time I am telling, 25 lakhs hectares of land uncultivated is still here. So let them cultivate it back. Instead of stringent law, because some 200 acres of land in our panchayat it is there. It's a paddy field. The owner is a North Indian. So when I approach them, some brokers advise them, don't allow farming, because once you're done farming, then you can't convert it into another land. This way, the wrong messages everybody has given. Tailor-made suit, which is needed for the public, should have to come. as a democratic country, again I am telling, this is public's money. You are only custodians. It is not your problem. Today there was a waste management consultancy exhibition going on in Marine Drive. Everywhere the chief minister's photo is exposed as it is coming from his home. What nonsense it is. In every bus stop we can see shelter. Expenditure it is written as 10 lakhs, 25 lakhs. Maximum it may be 500 rupees I am telling. And they are name in big way.
Yes, true.
Is it a democratic country? Even the king's time, they have respected the public. These kinds of bureaucratic exploitation should stop and respect the public. And every time they are making the law against the public. First of all, there is no good road here. Let them re-repair instead of making 6 or 10 track roads. The existing small roads, let them rebuild it on a way which is serviceable to the people. How many people are dying on the road, scooter, two-wheeler people? And then again they are adopting the helmet. Another exploitation. Helmet can make more diseased people because there is no scientific study which helmet can save the life. Now I am 69. From the age of 18 till 30 or something, 10, 15 years I was using a bullet. And I was known as Bullet Thambi. And I had more than 27 accidents, including the North Bridge. Still I am alive. And I never use this helmet. Helmet is a disaster and it makes more accidents because they
How can you
themselves...
say that? Like helmets protects our head, right? The skull, right? How can you say
Full
that?
bullshit. Because up to 40 kilometers only, helmet can save a person. That only his skull can save. Do you think all the accidents are only of skull damage?
No.
Let them make a static. I talked to the NATPAC director. He agreed. Helmet is a disaster because once you wear a helmet, first of all, as per the BSS standard, how many helmets are available in the market? 80% of the helmets available are substandard, which to save the public, to save the law, bypass the law, the people are bearing. Another thing, even the bullet, your vertebrae is affected because this much of weight is there. Then another thing, people making the telephone here
Yeah.
to not to see the office, that make another ear problem. Hair lossage, sweating, and there will be more health problems. And it is my life. If I want to wear, let me wear. This should be the attitude of the civilized society. If I am concerned about my life, why you bother? Am I right? So let them make it free. If I feel comfort, I will. Don't make it statutory with fine. Why they are making fine? Who are they? Who the vehicle department or the police? Their duty is to protect the public, not to loot. So these kinds of looting should have to avoid. The constitutional law should come back with respect to the civil society, and education system should be planned. What we need next 5 years, what we need for the next 10 years, long term, short term planning they should make. Now you know how many children gone to the other states for making doctor. Why we need this much of millions of doctors? When a society is having more hospitals and doctors, do you think that is a healthy society?
No.
Then that also after coming from there, another medical council is there for making them do these kinds of nonsense. They should stop. And now the international society not accepting the nurses from India. Are you aware? Because as per the statistic, India nurses are deficit in Indian country itself. Why? This is not of the the problem of the qualification. Qualified people are not well paid here.
Yes.
They are paying only 15,000 here.
Yes.
The same lady or a nurse, if going to UK or another state, they are getting around 3 lakhs plus respect.
Yes, true.
So they are forced to go there. So instead of that, instead of self-teaching, let the government make a comfortable position for their own citizens here. That is called democracy. Have you got any more things to ask about the budget?
No, sir.
This is not a budget, it is an idiocy, exploitation. Whether it is center or state, they have got no commitment to the public. Thank you for the interview.
you so much.
I think the public will understand and they should make aware. You all study the legal things. We need a constitutional court here. No need of lower court, big court, high court and all for them to enjoy. We need constitutional court here for a decent living as per the constitutional rights. Thank you.
Thank you.
സമകാലീന വാർത്തകൾ ഒപ്പിയെടുത്ത് ക്യാമറയുടെ മുന്നിൽ അവതരിപ്പിക്കാനുള്ള കഴിവ് നിങ്ങൾക്കുണ്ടോ? സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയ ഈസിയായി മാനേജ് ചെയ്യുവാൻ നിങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ട് സാധിക്കുമോ? നിങ്ങൾ ചാനൽ മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് രംഗത്ത് പരിചയസമ്പന്നനാണോ? വീഡിയോ എഡിറ്റിംഗ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വശമുണ്ടോ? എങ്കിൽ ഓൺലൈൻ മാധ്യമ രംഗത്ത് ഒന്നാം സ്ഥാനത്ത് നിൽക്കുന്ന ചാനലിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്കും ഭാഗമാകാം. റിപ്പോർട്ടർ, വീഡിയോ എഡിറ്റർ, സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയ മാനേജ്മെന്റ്, മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവ് എന്നീ ഒഴിവുകളിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങൾക്കും അപേക്ഷകൾ അയച്ചു തുടങ്ങാം. അപേക്ഷകൾ അയക്കുന്ന രീതി ഇത്രമാത്രം. നിങ്ങളുടെ പേരും കോൺടാക്ട് നമ്പറും ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു റെസ്യൂമെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഇമെയിൽ ഐഡിയായ hr@thecrimeonline.com അയക്കുക. അയക്കേണ്ട അവസാന തീയതി February 12, 2023.